know what today is? It's Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. Good morning and welcome to our morning take. My name is Frank Johnson.
My name is Abraham Lawrence.
And I'm Nick Seaman.
And our goal here is to describe for you the movie that is going on in our head when we read the Bible. And we happen to just be starting in Genesis and we'll work our way at least through Genesis and Exodus. And after we get done with Exodus, I'm not tackling numbers. I don't know about you guys, but
what about Leviticus?
There is no movie going on in my head.
Oh, yeah, there's actually, I beg to differ. There are several movies going on in Numbers.
Yeah, when you get past when you get to the events and stuff happening, they're pretty cool.
Like the quail coming out of their nostrils.
Isn't that in Deuteronomy, though?
No, that's in Numbers.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. See, he knows his books of the Torah.
Man, let me tell you something. When we get in Exodus, it's really going to
I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be awesome.
We're going to have a good time. Hopefully that we all stay together and God gives us plenty of life together so that we can share with you guys. But right now, we're just really enjoying it. We're enjoying this Jacob story. It's kind of gotten serious now. Jacob has definitely tricked his uncle. And his uncle tricked him. It's just, it's just one tricking after another tricking.
Yeah, a lot of tricking going on.
Very little treating. And all the kids are born.
Oh, there's a lot of treating, too.
All of the kids are born except for one. We haven't quite got to one yet, but we're getting there. Jacob saw the attitude of Laban. Behold, it was not friendly towards him. And verse 3, and we're in Genesis 31, if you want to read along with us. Genesis 31 and the third verse. The Lord said to Jacob. So there we go. That's kind of cool too, right? Not very often did God actually speak to Jacob. But here's another time that he did. He rarely did, but here's another time that he did. Return to the land of your father and to your relatives, and I will be with you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Because Jacob probably had a little reticence and thinking,
oh, yeah, he's not sure if this thing with Esau is still going, so.
Yeah, I'm going back to my brother. I know it's been 14 years. Hopefully he's cooled down a little, but.
And I can't go the other way with Laban.
But you know what? You can never get that birthright back. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. He don't know how Esau really feels. But God promises him the same thing he did at Bethel. It's like, if you go on back, I promise I'm going to take care of you, so everything's going to be good. And besides, really, he does need to get out of there now. Laban is a trickster too, and Laban's going to figure out some way to get back if he hangs around too long.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad that he decided to take God's advice. So verse 4, Jacob sent and he called Rachel. And of course we know why. Oh, wait a minute. It says Rachel and Leah. So there you go. I had to turn the page. He called Rachel and Leah to his flock in the field. And he said to them, I see that your father's attitude, it is not friendly towards me as formerly. But the God of my father has been with me. You know that I have served your father with all my strength. Yet your father has cheated me. He's changed my wages 10 times.
Man.
However, God did not allow him to hurt me. How about that?
Yep.
Man, that just preaches, don't it, Abe?
Oh, it does.
I mean, really, you could just write sermons out of this whole little passage right here. People do that to us all the time, don't they, Nate? Mm-hmm. I mean, we see it.
Yeah,
and you as you pastor, I guess that's kind of one of the toughest things of being a pastor. People that you grow to love and that you have a relationship with and you trust, and then one day it's just like they just want to stick the knife in, and maybe they're not even doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
but it just really hurts, and you're just like, what? Where did that come from? Why?
Yeah,
What's interesting to me is. He explains to them why they're leaving, so there's no confusion.
Oh, yeah.
So this is...
You see, I've been honorable.
Yep. So
Amen.
This is why, no matter what you hear on the way out, this is why we're leaving.
Yeah, because I guarantee you Laban's telling Rachel and Leah a whole different story.
Yep.
He has robbed me. I like how he says he changed his wages 10 times. Do you think he's being hyperbole here? Or do you think really he has changed it 10 times?
I don't know.
I hate my King James Version brothers right now because they're like, he must have changed it 10 times. Does it say that in the King James? What does it say?
Yeah, it says it.
Yeah, this is New King James here.
So if it says 10 times, it's got to be 10 times. It can't be wrong.
Yeah.
It's infallible. No, I'm just...
There you go.
But actually...
My countenance is about to change.
It is not favorable.
Abraham's countenance towards me is not favorable anymore. I think we should end the podcast. It is Friday. Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be the new one.
I mean, it is a story that Jacob's telling, so I'm sure he said 10 times, but whether it actually did 10 times or not, I sort of doubt it, too. I think he just changed it like twice. But I don't know. But that's what's written. The speckled, he says, if he spoke thus, the speckled shall be your wages, then all the flock brought forth speckled. And if he spoke thus, the striped shall be your wages, then all the flock brought forth striped. In other words, it's like Jacob's telling his wives, I couldn't help it. That's just whatever.
I'm just stripping some rods and accidentally dropped them in the trough while they're mating. Like, oh, lo and behold.
And they were striped.
Yeah.
And God saw, and it was good. Thus God, verse 9, God has taken away your father's livestock.
Giving them to me.
Given them to me. God did it. I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. God did it. What do you think of that argument, Abe? Do you think that holds water? You think that holds water with Laban?
Oh, no, not at all. He
Laban
ain't
said,
trying to hear
you
none of
did
that.
it. He's like, no, God did it. I didn't.
Laban looks back at his puny sheep. He's like,
He's probably telling Laban, can I make striped sheep? Can I make
Yeah.
speckled sheep? Yes, you can. But Laban hadn't figured all that out yet. That's why they were 3 days apart.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't know what was going on. Where are we at? Verse 10.
Yes.
And it came about at the time when the flock were mating that I lifted up my eyes and I saw in a dream. This is where Joseph gets it. I saw in a dream. And behold, the male goats which were mating were striped, speckled, and mottled. Then the angel of God said to me in the dream, Jacob. And I said, here am I. And he said, lift up now your eyes and see that all the male goats which are mating are striped, speckled, and mottled. For I have seen all that Laban has been doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed a pillar, where you made a vow to me. Now arise and leave this land and return to the land of your birth. It's time to go.
Yep.
Any questions? I don't think Jacob has any questions.
No, he's ready to go anyway.
yeah.
But guess who does have questions?
Yep.
These two women who have never left Padan Aram their entire life. I don't know how old they are at this point, but well, we can about figure it out. I would say Rachel's probably in her early 20s still, maybe about 22, and Leah's probably in her late 20s. So they're probably still very young girls, and they probably don't want to leave their dad. I mean, you think, Abe?
No, I don't think they're ready to go.
No, they were Daddy's girls. I mean, I think that's all Daddy had was these two girls. So I mean, they had everything he had. And they say, do we still have any portion or inheritance in our father's house? Now, Professor, is there such a thing as that the women actually got an inheritance too?
I don't know.
I always thought it was just passed on to sons, but
Yeah.
But if there's no son, does it go to a servant?
Yeah.
That's the question.
because I was always curious about this.
I will look that up.
Or the next male relative.
It is Friday, so you got time before
You got the whole
Monday.
weekend to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very good. And verse 15, are we not reckoned by him as foreigners? Are we not reckoned by him as foreigners? For he has sold us and has also entirely consumed our purchase price.
Oh, man.
Rachel's keeping track of this stuff,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
She might be a young girl, but she knows what's going on. She's got the score here. This dude has spent my inheritance. It's like those bumper stickers that says that, right? I've spent your inheritance, or I'm spending your inheritance. That's what he did. Surely all the wealth which God has taken away from our father belongs to us and our children. Now then, do whatever God has said to you. So in other words,
Yeah.
they're on board.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got the most of the wealth.
Daddy let us down big time. We're good to go.
I'm pretty sure we're not going to get any inheritance from him anyway, so this was our inheritance. So in another way, they're trying to tell their dad, it's all fair because this is our inheritance anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Do you reckon that, Abe?
Yes, yes.
Then Jacob arose and put his children and his wives upon camels, and he drove away all his livestock and all his property which he had gathered, and his acquired livestock which he had gathered in Padan Aram, to go to the land of Canaan to his father Isaac. And when Laban had gone to shear his flock, Rachel did something. She was a bad girl.
Yes. Yes.
And guess what? You're going to have to wait till Monday to find out.
Man.
Tune in Monday,
Same bat time.
same bat channel.
Go to church this weekend.
Please go to church.
Amen.